What's up, ninjas? Design Syndrome here. First piece of the year. Let's get it. Okay, this took a bit, what's today? 22 of January. Shit, I've been resting a bit and also been super caught up in the design of the new website. That's gonna be fire as hell, so you don't want to miss that. And yeah, actually, if you've been following me on my socials, mainly Instagram, you know we have a new challenge going on, keeping the momentum going from the one that we did last year. Last year we did a 31-day poster challenge during October, which I'm really proud of because some of you showed a tremendous improvement from that challenge. So that makes me super happy, and I figured I wanted to keep this momentum going and also to keep the Discord alive with you uploading pieces and commenting off each other's work. So this year we're gonna make a whole year-round challenge. We already started last week. I already missed week 1, but you know how it is. We're gonna jump in week 2, and actually week 2 briefing, it's a bit similar. It adds a bit of difficulty from the week's 1, so I'm gonna try to tackle both in one sitting. So yeah, let's just hop into it, you know what I mean? In the Discord channel, if you go to the ideas, here we're gonna have the briefing. I also give you some sort of references for the briefing, so you kind of know what I mean by what I'm saying in like the descriptions, So for week 1, the challenge was to make like a typographic poster, really experimental. You couldn't use anything other than type. It needed to be in black and white also, and you couldn't use texture. Maybe if it was in a super minimal way and it wasn't detracting from the main use of the typography, it was cool. But the main issue was to create a poster that created tension using hierarchy, negative space, and all that good stuff, provided it was with typographic elements, you know what I mean? And so for week 2, what I wanted to do, let's just try to make like a system of pieces, like 3 posters that needed to work together, right? So this way you need to start to thinking about the rhythm and how the different compositions of the 3 pieces really play out together, and it doesn't become like too repetitive, and you start to kind of play with different topologies of pages, like playing with something maybe a bit more crowded, something more maximalist, and then you have like a more fractured hierarchy piece, So some things to keep in mind. Let's just jump into Photoshop and really start playing with it. Now I'm gonna quickly use ChatGPT to output some text to really crowd the piece. It's not really that important what it says. The main focus here is to really play with the morphology of the typography and the hierarchy we can create with it, rather than the message itself. We need to create tension through composition, right, using typography. I'm gonna ask it to give me like Meditations chapter 5 in a paragraph form, to just copy and paste it. That's perfect. Now let's just hop into Photoshop and start playing with it and see what can we come up with. Shall we? Let's get it. Okay guys, I'm finished. These are my final 3 pieces. I really like the final result. I wanted to mention to you just a little quick something. Let's go back into Photoshop. Like the goal of this exercise wasn't just to play around and make like separate pieces, but to think of them like a systematic arrangement, right, with a certain rhythm to it. So it's really nice to see how the composition like sort of changes if we play around even with the order of the pieces and you start to switch it up. You can see how the rhythm is slightly changes and how you present them. For example, for me, I think the way that I like the most to present the pieces is like this. I think this is the most interesting way to present the pieces. This way, but I'm not really sure in the order. Let's try something like this. I think looks the best. Something like that, and from here you can really see there's sort of a mood that connects all of the pieces, but you get like different compositions in each one, and one it's building up off of the other, creating that like this systematic feel, right? Even with the grid that I'm not even following like that harshly, but the way that I compose the images, it's sort of similar but different enough that makes it interesting. And this is the key thing that I want you to take away from this exercise, because we're gonna start to replicate this the whole year round when I start to ask for more systematic pieces, when we get into logo design and all of that. And again guys, these are just brief exercises to get our creative juices flowing on a weekly basis to try to build momentum creating, right? But I will do deep dives and specific videos for these subjects later down the year. I'm gonna do a proper graphic design course tackling all of the basics, typography, color, composition, all of that good stuff. Join the challenge. We'll be learning a lot during the course of the year. See you on the next one. If you wish to support the channel, you can hop into the store, get a texture, get a graphic, some mockups. There is a bunch of free stuff there for you. And if not, please just subscribe, click the notify bell button so you don't miss any of the future videos. And again, guys, thank you for watching. Fuck peace. Wish you conflict. Shit.